The Colorado River is a vital source of water for millions of people in the western United States. But it is also under severe stress from overuse, drought, and climate change. For decades, the river has been overallocated, meaning that more water has been promised to users than what actually flows in the river. This has led to a decline in the water levels of Lake Mead and Lake Powell, the two largest reservoirs on the river. If these reservoirs drop below critical thresholds, it could trigger a shortage declaration that would force mandatory cuts in water deliveries to Arizona, Nevada, and California. To avoid this scenario, the three states have agreed to a historic deal that will reduce their water use from the Colorado River by 10% through 2026, with half of the cuts happening by the deal is called the Drought Contingency Plan, or DCP, and it is a landmark agreement that shows how cooperation and compromise can help solve complex water challenges. The DCP will create more flexibility and certainty for water users, protect the health of the river and its ecosystems, and buy time for longer-term solutions to be developed. The DCP works by creating new rules and incentives for the states to conserve water and store it in Lake Mead and Lake Powell. The states have agreed to leave more water in the reservoirs when they are low, and to take less water out when they are high. This will help stabilize the water levels and prevent them from reaching critical lows. The states have also agreed to share some of the benefits and costs of conserving and storing water, creating a win-win situation for all parties involved. The DCP is not a permanent solution, but a temporary one that will last until 2026, when a new set of guidelines for managing the river will be negotiated. The DCP is also not a silver bullet that will solve all the problems facing the Colorado River. It is only one part of a larger puzzle that includes improving water efficiency, promoting conservation, expanding reuse and recycling, developing alternative sources, and restoring natural habitats. But it is an important step forward that demonstrates the willingness and ability of the states to work together for the common good of the river and its people. The Colorado River is a lifeline for the American West. It provides drinking water to 40 million people in 7 states and Mexico. It irrigates 5.5 million acres of farmland. It powers millions of homes and businesses with hydroelectricity from its dams. But the river is in crisis. A decades-long drought, worsened by climate change, has dropped its flows by 1/3 compared with historical averages. The river's two main reservoirs, Lake Mead and Lake Powell, are at record low levels. If they keep dropping, they could stop generating power and delivering water. That's why 3 states that depend on Lake Mead, California, Arizona and Nevada, have reached a landmark deal to cut their water use from the river. The deal, announced on Monday, calls for the states to reduce their water consumption by 13% through that's about 3 million acre-feet of water, enough to fill 1.5 million Olympic-sized swimming pools. The deal also includes $1.2 billion in federal payments to help the states cope with the cuts. The money will go to irrigation districts, cities and Native American tribes that agree to use less water. The payments will also fund projects to conserve and reuse water, such as lining canals, installing drip irrigation and recycling wastewater. The deal is a breakthrough for cooperation among the states that share the Colorado River. It shows that they are willing to work together to avoid a water and power catastrophe in the West. But it's not a permanent solution. The deal expires at the end of 2026, and by then, the river's decline is likely to continue. The states will have to face a deeper reckoning over how to manage the river in a hotter and drier future. They will have to find ways to balance their growing water needs with the reality of a shrinking resource. They will have to adapt to a new normal for the Colorado River.